I told you so. So what's going on, everybody? My name's Ray. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and unfortunately, we have more Gibson drama. At the time of filming this video, this story just dropped on guitar.com, and that is Gibson is suing Dean Guitar. But before we get into that story, about 2 days ago, I released a video responding to the Gibson Play Authentic video where Mark Agnesi was attacking other guitar brands and guitar luthiers, saying, hey, you've been warned, we're protecting our iconic legacy. And my response to that was, I'm selling my 3 newer Gibson models. That is the 2019 Gibson Les Paul Modern, the Gibson Flying V, and my 2014 Gibson Les Paul Classic Custom. And a lot of people had a lot of problems with what I was saying in that video. First off, people couldn't understand why I was selling my newer models and not my older stuff, like my 1978 Gibson Les Paul Custom that I absolutely love. And people couldn't comprehend the fact that I'm not going to be associated with anything new Gibson. I'm keeping the old school stuff. Why would I sell something that's as valuable and as precious to me as something that is 41 years old that has nothing to do with what Gibson's doing in 2019? That's very hard for people to understand. But I'm here to try to clear the air. I'm not selling my 92 Gibson Les Paul Standard, and I'm not selling my 1978 Gibson Les Paul Custom because of the sentimental value, 1, and 2, they have nothing to do with what Gibson's doing in 2019. That's why I'm doing that. I already sold my V. It's already gone off reverb.com. I think people can understand why I'm doing that now. But 2, people were arguing and getting so heated in the comments of this video, of my own personal video, because they're saying Gibson has the right to protect what they've created, and if I created music and somebody stole it, would I be upset? And let me just clear this up a little bit. My stance when I made that video was Gibson was attacking all companies that were making single cut guitars, or that making V-shaped guitars or Explorer-shaped guitars, and people did not understand that I was not talking about the cheap knockoff Gibsons. Yes, counterfeiting Gibsons, making a Chinese version of a guitar and then throwing the word Gibson on the headstock. Yes, that is illegal. I have a major problem with that. But I do not understand why Gibson would be attacking all single cut guitars, all Explorer-shaped guitars, all V-shaped guitars, and I really didn't even think they would even go that far. It just came off that way in the video with Mark Agnesi. But people couldn't understand what I was trying to say there. Yes, selling cheap counterfeit Gibsons from China is illegal, and I do not support that, but I do support other guitar brands that have another single cut guitar, or God forbid, a V-shaped guitar. Which is a nice segue into today's topic. Gibson is suing Dean Guitars for their V and Explorer shapes. This, to me, is the final nail in the coffin for anybody that was remotely supporting Gibson. I really don't see how anybody that was a fan of Gibson, myself, again, was a fan of Gibson. I'm no longer a fan of Gibson. I said it in my previous video about this topic. I was embarrassed that I was supporting Gibson in 2019. I'm still embarrassed, man. I can't believe they're actually doing this, man. They're suing Dean Guitars. Dean Guitars, who's been around for so long, for about 40 plus years, and they've had the V-shape for 40 plus years. Now, a good YouTube friend of mine, Levi Clay, I love his channel. You guys I'm sure have seen his stuff. He's a big time rage guy. That's like what he's known for, is his really good rants. I actually saw his video today just before I turned on this camera, and he's talking about this very exact story. So I'm citing my sources. He's the one that sparked my interest, and then I went and Googled it and researched it myself and found the article myself. So I therefore have my own personal standpoint on it, but I am citing my sources. If you guys have not checked out Levi Clay, go check out his channel. Very talented musician, very funny, very cool dude. Go ahead, go check out his channel. Tell him Ray sent you. But yeah, guys, I can't believe it. Dean Guitars is up there. They're like top 10 most popular and most established guitar brands in the world, in my opinion. I mean, they're like just below the Fenders and the Jackson. I mean, some of the biggest artists ever have used Dean Guitars. I mean, just off the top of my head, Sammy Hagar, Dave Mustaine, the boys from Seven Dust, like that's just without doing any sort of research. Like, Gibson, what are you doing? It doesn't, to me it doesn't matter if Gibson wins this actual lawsuit. It's the whole premise, man. I said it before, it's like Michael Jordan talking bad about a high school basketball player. You're a $1 billion company. Do you really need like $1 million more? Like, is it gonna make a difference if you have 1 billion or 1 billion, $1 million? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, man. You're Gibson, you've won, you're established. You're going through tough times. Don't start attacking other brands. And just to reiterate, I said it in my video, man. I said Gibson is attacking all other brands, and everybody couldn't comprehend that and thought I was crazy and thought I was way off, way out of left field with that statement. And that Gibson was only talking about the cheap Chinese knockoffs. No, man, they're attacking all other companies. And I stood my ground in my video, and I proved it, and I kind of called it, because now look at us. The next, 48 hours later, all of a sudden they're suing Dean Guitars for a V and I think Explorer shape. I don't ever curse on this channel. I don't ever like do anything, you know, negative on this channel for the most part. But I have some seriously colorful words that I'll keep to myself for you, and I'm embarrassed that I ever had any sort of positive things to say about you and about your company. I'll never buy another Gibson again. Never, never. If I buy a Gibson, it'll be secondhand from somebody that I know is a reputable source, because there are a lot of knockoffs out there. But at this point in time, man, I'm done. I'm done with Gibson. I'll never buy a Gibson ever again. They've just shot themselves in their own foot, and I don't know how anybody could ever support Gibson. Like, I really don't. Like, what kind of person would want to be behind this company? So, guys, have you seen Levi's video? Did you guys check out the article on the website? Let me know all your thoughts on this giant lawsuit that has just dropped. The news has just dropped today. I don't know how anybody could really be supportive of Gibson, but that is just my opinion. If you are, in fact, still supporting Gibson, leave it down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your side of the story and why you're still standing behind them. And I hope we can have a civil discussion and it's not going to turn to a bunch of hate that I received on my last video. And yes, I do want to give my opinion on this stuff, but it's taking away from my own creative stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I have to share with you guys, like unboxings and demos and things of that sort. But Gibson, man, you're killing yourself, man. I think you've already killed yourself. I think you're done. But like you're just further reiterating the fact that you have no touch with the consumer, or just being a good person, in my opinion, or being business savvy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm done talking. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Stay metal, and I'll see y'all next time.